Hey, it's Steph. Thanks for watching today's video. I have an update for Throwback 30. This is a project being created by Jessica Lee in collaboration with the Fantastic Ladies Facebook group. This is the second to last update before the finale, so hopefully by now you know what this project is. But essentially, Jessica created this so we could work on so we can work on 30 Fantastic Ladies projects at one time. There are 30 projects in this project, and each one represents like a prompt, and you pick a prompt from each project to work on and then pick your products accordingly. I think I said that really weird, but like I said, if you've been here for a while, you know what this project is. It is one of my favorite prompt-based projects to participate in because I get to participate in so many different projects at once. I only have a few more items to talk about in this project. The finale is in July on the 28th, and it started last July in 2024. I'm sure it will be coming back July 28th of 2025 to go for another year until July 28th, 2026. And I think I will participate again. Like I said, it's one of my favorites, and it allows me to work on multiple projects at a time without getting too burnt out. If you're not familiar with my channel, I love makeup painting, and that just means that I'm actively working through my collection that I already own, getting usage, or finishing things up throughout the year. I am on my second no-buy year in a row, so projects like this help me move through my collection, but also pick products that I might not be working on otherwise and just have a little fun in my collection. If that sounds good to you, I also do some get ready with me's every now and then, some palette bingos, creating looks with randomized eyeshadows. I think those are so fun, and I hope you stick around. Before you leave, hit that subscribe button, and of course give this video a thumbs up. I only have 6 prompts left in this project, but I'm only going to be talking about 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, actually 5. I think I said 6. I only have 5, but I'm talking about 4 of them. And the first one was for the project lip service, which is basically just pick a lip product. And I had picked a red liquid lipstick because I do not gravitate towards these naturally unless it's like Christmas time, like holidays or Valentine's Day. So I like to have one in a project every now and then just to remind me to use it. This is from Give Beauty. It's the Me You Yours. It's like Anaheim Lip Shine or something like that. No, I think the Anaheim is their bullet lipstick. I can't read it because it's so stinking small, but this is their liquid lipstick formula, and I have the shade Fishnets. I wanted to use this 10 times throughout the year, and at last update I had 6 uses so far. I did say, like, I'm gonna get my 10 uses by the finale no matter what. If I have to use it as a cream blush, I will. If I have to use it as a eyeliner, I will. And I did. I used it like 4 times, and I will have a look up on the screen where I use this as a liquid lipstick, a blush, and a liner. I thought that was so fun. Very monochromatic, pretty simple, but I feel like this color really just stood out by itself, like on its own. And it's really interesting like how pink it is when you blend it out on your cheeks. So, and then of course I wore it one more time just as a lipstick. So I did get my 10 uses, and it is rolling out. I'm very happy that I met that goal. The next project was same pan last year, and I picked the prompt holiday, which is kind of like the end of the year, Christmas time, Hanukkah, you know, Diwali, things of that nature, holidays of that nature. And I celebrate Christmas. And so I actually replaced my item last month. I had some like shower steamers, but I wasn't using those, so I switched them out for a single eyeshadow from Praise for Your Face in the shade Noel. I felt like that shade was very fitting. The name was very fitting. My toddler is stirring. So here's Noelle. And this is what it looks like. It's just a beautiful cool tone metallic. He's only been sleeping for 45 minutes, so he needs to go back to sleep. I will swatch this. I love this shade. I actually had to make myself stop using it so I could work on other eyeshadows in other projects, but I did get 6 out of my 10 uses. I will for sure have this gold matte by the finale, but it is staying in for now. I had to stay here for like 10 minutes and let him cry and go back to sleep, but I am back and I have to be a little quiet. So the next project is This Is Fantasy, and I picked a mermaid, which is a woman-owned product. And I picked my Pat McGrath Labs Divine Blush in the shade Divine Rose. I wanted to use this 30 times. And last update, I had 6 uses, and I was able to use it 11 more times with a total of 17 out of 30. This is the only like color cheek product I have on today. So I have it all over my cheeks, but I also brought it a little higher up here, and I used it on the sides of my nose, a little bit on my chin. So I don't have any bronzer, any contour. I don't have any cream products underneath other than my foundation. I do have a little bit of highlighter on, but the only there's somebody walking past my window. The only colored products is this blush. So this is what it's looking like. I feel like the pattern is kind of like getting dull. It's obviously like still there, but I feel like it's not as high or pronounced. Maybe if I hold it this way, you can kind of see it's like it's softer. So I'll swatch this as well. I also can like barely feel it when I swatch. So yeah, this is just a beautiful neutral everyday blush. I could literally wear this every day, but of course I have other blushes I'm panning, like in my Pan That Face palette, but I am able to use like, I'm calling it a blush, but it's really like a blush topper that is in my Rolling 10 project pan, and I often put that on top of this so I can kind of do double panning action, but this is staying in the project for now. And then the last product I want to talk about is for tiny pans. This is a theme that was for Pan That palette a few years ago, I think, and I chose my Revolution Forever Dynamic Animal Magic palette. This is an 8 shade eyeshadow palette, and I wanted to use every shade 10 times. I will show you on the screen what it looked like last update. I had hit 2 pans, I think, 2 or 3 pans in this palette, and I only had a couple shades left to meet my 10 use goal. And this is what the palette is looking like now. So hopefully you can see that I have hit more pans and I have hit my 10 use goal. So I'm so excited that this palette is looking so loved. I am wearing this today to get the last 2 uses. In this palette, I have the purple matte and the blue shimmer on my eyes today. I also have the light like blue in my inner corner, but I had already met my 10 use goal on that. But yeah, I love this palette. I'm considering this as my Pan That palette next year because it's so easy to pan. Like I hit those pans within like the 10 to, some of these shades have 13 uses, but most of them have like 10 uses. So very easy to pan, very powdery. The shimmers are terrible. I really had to dig into this pink to hit pan in it. And because I could not get like barely any payoff on my finger, I was able to use this blue on my finger. That's why there's no like big dip in it from digging into it. So I also use this on my nails, this one on my nails. So that's why it looks a little different from the other shimmer. But yeah, I might do pan that palette with this next year. I'm like 90% sure. That's my update. The only other prompt that I have in here was for turn and burn and sample products. I had rolled in a sample like hair serum leave-in thing from Olaplex, and I just haven't used it yet. So hopefully I can use that by the next update and definitely before the finale, which is in July. So I only have a couple months of this project, and like I said, I will more than likely, or did I say I am? I am going to participate in the next round. So I'm very excited to roll in 30 new prompts in July, but I will focus on these for the next couple months. If you enjoyed, give this video a thumbs up, and of course, if you're not subscribed, I hope you do so before you leave. So I see you all in my next one. Bye.